happy Tuesday or whatever day it is that you're watching this. Happy good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is that you are enjoying today's video, or maybe you're even catching us live. I wanted to go talk about this today because over the process of being a spiritual mentor, I've gotten a lot of mixed feedback in that. Sometimes I talk about spiritual awakenings or escaping the matrix, and people will tell me like, oh, do you think you're better than other people because you've had this spiritual awakening? Do you think that you like know more than others, or are more conscious, or are more powerful than other people, right? There's all of these kinds of misconceptions when it comes to what it actually means to spiritually awaken, what it actually means to heal. So the reason that so many people talk about spiritual awakenings as well as healing and self-growth and personal development and escaping the matrix and deconstructing, all of these words really go together because we're all talking about the same thing. The more that you are able to find yourself, who you really are inside, the more that you're able to connect with your soul, to connect with your inner nature and the nature around you, the more that you also escape the matrix, the more that you deconstruct past realities, the more that you heal your inner child, the more that you let go or shed the past. So all of these things really deeply go together. And when you choose to no longer carry around the stress of confusion, that means that you are choosing into a spiritual awakening. You are choosing to more deeply connect with yourself in a way that maybe you never have before. Connecting with your sense of inner peace, with your sense of life force energy, vitality, your soul's truth, your intuition. This is going to require deeply connecting with yourself in a way that you never ever have before, which is the same thing as saying having a spiritual awakening. So the more that you up level, or the more that you increase your vibration, build your confidence, spiritually awaken, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that you are better than other people. And for people who go through this process, we deconstruct our ego. We do not do this to be better or more powerful than anyone else. We do this to be better and more powerful than the version of ourselves that we were a year ago or 5 years ago, or the version of ourselves that we perhaps have always been. Some people find themselves leaning into a spiritual awakening or a self-growth or healing journey because they want to get back to how they once were. I often find myself working with people who are going through a divorce or a breakup or a career change, or maybe have experienced chronic illness or brain injury and want to go back to the feeling that they once had. But I want you to know that even if you've never ever felt like yourself on this planet, you can still feel like yourself in this lifetime. I was someone who had always experienced derealization, who had always experienced feelings of not self themes and not self philosophies, and this made me feel extremely high levels of stress, of insecurity, those conversations where people are like, allow yourself to be seen as your authentic self. I could not even be in the same room as those conversations because I did not yet know who my authentic self was. So even if you have never had that inner spark of knowing who you are or feeling your life force vibrant energy, I want you to know that it is possible for you. This is why inner child healing is such an important part of this whole entire journey, because we're all born on this planet with that spark, with that full, authentic confidence to be our true selves. And as we grow up in our society, in our conditioning, in this matrix, we develop different conditions or different beliefs or different mindsets that maybe don't stem from the soul, that we've adopted and brought into our soul, and then change the way that we behave and the way that we act. So this is what it is, what a matrix is. And when you start to escape your own matrices, you might notice that you have a lot of matrices to escape. The first matrix that I escaped was the matrix of negative body image. Every day looking in the mirror and seeing something that I wanted to change about myself, I realized that this was actually an industry, that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and that people are making money off of me hating myself every single day. There's the diet pill industry, there's the coaching industry, all of this stuff. All these people were literally banking on the fact that I was feeling emotionally manipulated, that I was feeling like I was in an inner prison in my own mind and in my own home. Even when there was no one else in my house telling me that I looked bad or anything like that, I would just look in the mirror and naturally feel super, super insecure. So this is one of the first matrices that I chose to break out of. I chose to use self-esteem and affirmation and neurolinguistic programming to actually rewire my brain, my neural pathways, so that when I looked at myself, I could see myself as my true divine nature, as a creation of source. The same way that I look at a tree, I don't look at that tree and say, oh, I wish that tree was a little bit skinnier, or I wish that tree had better biceps or something like that. So taking away all of this egotistical mentality that I've developed through my social conditioning and through my social upbringing. So often in our Western world, our Western world is the least spiritually connected place in the entire world. And you'll see this often in our society, in our civilization, and in our collective beliefs, because when we look at things like trees or waterfalls or the things that are, we often want to change them. We often want to alter, or I wish this flower was a little bit more bright. I wish this thing was a little bit more this way. This mentality is actually really, really healthy. And this is one of the matrix mentalities that we have to deconstruct if we want to become our true selves and see ourselves the way that we are designed to see ourselves, the way our creator would see ourselves. So we are constantly deconstructing matrices, going through this healing and self-growth journey, because self-growth is allowing yourself to reach your limitless potential in this lifetime. A matrix is you can even think of it as like a labyrinth. It's a thing that you're walking and walking and walking, but you're not actually going into the next level of your evolution. Every day you're waking up, you're looking at your physical insecurities, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to count calories, you're being in this matrix without actually advancing in your life. So once I could escape that matrix of, ew, what is in my mouth? Sorry. I don't know what just happened there. Once I could escape that matrix of feeling so insecure about my physical appearance, that's when I could begin to start to deconstruct other matrices too. Deconstruct the matrix of perfectionism, the matrix of your self-worth as a human being has to do with how much money you have in your bank account or how many friends you have or all of these external things that make you who you are. That's a whole other matrix as well. There's so many matrices out there that we get trapped in. So I often see in like spiritual mentorship, people saying, you need to escape the matrix, you need to decondition, you need to deconstruct. And I want you to know that yes, you do need to do this, but this is also a process that's going to happen gradually. And the matrix that you're going to be ready to kind of break free from first is going to be the one that is causing you the most frustration right now, the one that you are running into the absolute most. So maybe meditation, breath work, and quieting your mind can help you see what are the patterns of thoughts that continue to come up for me every single day. That is the matrix that you are currently stuck in. And that is the matrix that you can transcend by using these practices, these mindset tools, and things of that nature. So this is why when people talk about spirituality and self-growth, spirituality meaning the study of one's spirit, the study of oneself, source connection, this is a lifelong process. This is not a 30-day thing or like a 1 hour long thing, but you can make drastic progress in your life by just spending 1 hour working on deconstructing these false beliefs and these false matrices that you have within yourself. So even by just taking 30 days in an accelerated container of self-growth and quantum healing, you can completely evolve. You can actually break free from so many matrices and know how to continue to break yourself free of any limitations or self-sabotage that comes up for you further down the line. That's what led me to create our 30-day manifestation mastery. I'm so excited to be guiding you through live stream classes just like this, where I show you the real practices that are proven to work to help you deeply connect with yourself in a really gentle, fun, and easy way. We have a community chat, a conscious community that is absolutely full of incredible like-minded souls, and I'm just so excited to be sharing this with you and with anyone, friends, family, whoever it is, that is also on the rise and wanting to really make this lifetime the lifetime that they reach their highest potential and feel like their best self. So I know that a big lifetime commitment is large, and we don't have to think about all of that right now, but I do want to let you know that just this 30-day container is available to you. And when you are stepped into a container that is really proven to support you in up-leveling in every single way, it is incredible what can be possible for you just within these 30 days, let alone taking all of these tools and practices into your life. Like, this year is going to be your year. So I'm super excited to be sharing all of this with you. Ooh, some beautiful hate comments here. Thank you so much for the hate. I really appreciate it. I absolutely love hate. I know that that's kind of weird to say, but I've been canceled by like billions and millions of people. And honestly, every time that someone doesn't understand what you're saying, they're just expressing or understanding themselves that this does not resonate with them. So it's completely okay if this doesn't resonate with you. It's completely okay if you think that this is not your vibe. That is all okay. I have books available, I have master classes available, I have so many things so that you can really meet yourself where you're at. But yeah, this is absolutely scientifically proven. These practices are shared in Yale, Stanford, Columbia. I work in an industry that is at the frontier of mindset work, of self-mastery, of healing chronic illnesses and things like that. So it's actually really common that I do get a lot of hate because most people don't understand what I do. Most people don't understand that these things are being used in labs, that these are proven practices. So 20-25 years from now, these practices are going to be a lot more widespread. They're going to be a lot more mainstream and discussed and not as strange or as weird, right? But right now, it does take a lot of courage and it does take a lot of bravery to know that you are worth showing up for, and to know that there are ways out there that you can learn how to show up for yourself as your absolute best version of you. So thank you so much for all of the hate. Thank you so much for all of the love. Thank you so much for however you choose to spend your energy with me. I just want you to know that I appreciate you, and I'm grateful that we are here mirroring each other and growing and thriving together. I'll see you guys in our next video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.